Hey guys, this is Zil from Starcraft 2 How To, and you're in for a real treat today because I've got some more of your questions to put Jim on the spot with, and you know how much I like annoying Jim. So keep those questions coming in, and here comes Jim now. He's just putting on his microphone. Jim, tell everyone listening in what we've got coming up today for them.
Yeah, we've got a 1v1. Down in the bottom left, we've got the red Zerg, which is Fleshcut, and at the bottom right, we've got the teal Terran, which is Sazu. Hopefully, we'll see a good game, and yeah, it looks good.
Sazu, okay, I like it. Jim, as you start off, any familiarity with either of these players? You played them at all, or is this completely new for us?
Play a little bit with them. I mean, Fleshcut definitely loves going for the 14-15 pool. Yeah, he really likes that. So I would bet fairly good money we're going to see an early hatchery, not a pool. Sorry, he's going to go for an early hatchery. Always likes that early expansion.
Okay, I think Jim's a little bit tired. We're getting special Urgling units being built. Jim, how would you see this playing out? Any specific, either of them particularly aggressive, particularly strategic?
Probably going to see Fleshcut very sort of aggressive with the creep and also map control. So we'll check it a little bit later on, see what it's like. But you'll probably notice that he has a view of almost the whole map, whereas Sazu, the Terran player, will be very defined and defensive in his approach, where he'll just probably have 1-2 expansions, but have a solid defense.
Fantastic.
There you can see the early expansion
here we go.
down. Exactly.
Already, so this is classic attacker versus defender. This is what we like to see.
Well, hopefully we'd like to see Terran with a bit of early pressure, maybe try and stop the hatchery if he can, but you know, it's going to be difficult.
I love games where you see people sieged in and they're kind of just defending for their life. It does something to me. Anyway, okay, so at the moment we're just build ordering.
Yeah, just standard build order, slowly building up. This is perfect for Fleshcut because basically what he wants to do is get the early economic advantage whilst defending. If he doesn't need to defend because there's no early pressure, then that's perfect for him. He can macro even more. You can see he's got he's just getting his spawning pool coming up, so he's hoping for no early units. And there we go. Sazu just sees the expansion now. So he's only just seen it, so that's fairly big. Hopefully we'll see him try and attack that.
Okay, so yeah, we can see that moving off there to the left hand side. And where would you? I mean, this is obviously very early in the game. I appreciate that. How would you see things playing out in terms of this kind of strategy we're talking about just now of attack and defense? Are we gonna?
I mean, we're generally looking at Terran. I would like to see him build queuing less Marines and maybe getting some more barracks up. He's only just started building a factory. I mean, if he had another barracks up now, 2 barracks building Marines and then a factory going up, building some siege tanks, he'd have a fairly sizable army that he could go and just try and get that expansion down. He's got a lot of minerals just sat there, just doing nothing because they're just queuing. If your minerals are queuing, they're not being used. Basically, you wanna get them being used as soon as possible.
Okay, so we can keep an eye out for that. Jim, as a little gift from me to you, I've invited people to send in their questions. So we might dive into my question bag a little later on. I should have some coming in by email as well. So just to let you know,
Right.
yeah, we'll have that for you. So, Jim's a little bit grumpy maybe. Anyway, Jim, when we take this forward now, in terms of any specific units they like to build, are we going to see any
Well,
pets within the tent?
you can see Sazu building a lot of Marines. Marines, they're not too bad, but you do need some marauders in there to soak up if there's some banelings or the Zerglings get surrounded. You want some marauders sat in there just doing some damage as well. But he is actually moving out. He's going to move out, so maybe we'll see a nice little harass. He's going to destroy the overlords. It's a nice choice, fairly easy win. Get the overlords down, bring down the supplies to the top right there. Look, there it goes.
Kill the floating wedge back. Yep. Gone.
Nice little push, but it's going to be difficult because you can see the spine cord just coming up now, and the Zerglings are coming in. They're probably not going to last long. 2 spine cords just poking away. There we go. Just destroying them in 10 seconds.
Just poking away, like you on a Friday night gym, absolutely. So as we can see these, the Zergs move in. Just going out at the top right of the screen. Any more kind of reconnaissance to do, or is it pure macro from here on in?
Sazu really needs to try and get some sort of effective unit up, because at the moment he's going to be behind. The double hatchery's gone down. The Zerg's looking fairly comfortable. He needs to keep pumping those SCVs, maybe look for an expansion, but try and build up a force that he can really attack with. There's a lot of Zerglings there, so if I was him, I'd probably get the siege tanks, siege them up right across the entrance to his natural, not so they're inside his main up on the cliff, but they're looking over the natural ramp. I'll show you what we mean just in a second. But yeah, banelings coming in now. You can see the banelings being built. Let's go check them out. There they are.
Okay.
He does see the banelings, so he knows they're coming. If it was me right now, if we just move down a little bit, you can just see the edge where his siege tanks are. If he moved them directly up near towards the Marines, and then just up where those Marines are, and maybe a little bit further, and siege them down, then they'd be very effective, but they're not really there. Those banelings are going to cause a huge amount of damage now.
Yep, here we go.
Barracks, 2 supply depots. Yeah, if he was sat up just there where my cursor is, probably could have taken out some Zerglings when they ran back, taken out some more banelings, and he's now supply blocked.
Okay, so not good start. Jim, I think it's time for me to dive into my question bag. The time has come. Okay, this is a slightly odd one actually. This is from Colin from Oxford, so a guy from the UK. So, Jim, I recently had a dream that I was one of the screenplay writers for Starcraft 2. I dreamt that originally, what we now know as Zerg sentience was actually an omnipresent ghost of an otherworldly being called Nerusius, and was buried in the heart of a Talakrutruniki district to be later harvested and channeled to form the Zerg race. Interesting dream. But how could this be? As recent studies into quantum physics show, 2 material elements are in 2 places at the same time. So my question to you, Jim, is how can an omnipresent aspect of object reality as we know it be omnipresent in 2 places? Is it not, as I think you'll agree, already omnipresent and therefore cannot be present anywhere else if it itself is already there? Looking forward to hearing your thoughts, Colin from Oxford.
I think really this is probably more of your expertise, Zil, so I'll let you answer that one.
Jim, you've thrown it back at me. Yeah, I agree with you, Colin. That's absolutely. I have a similar dream every night. Great minds think alike. Okay, I'll have another one for you later on then, Jim, when I need an answer from you.
You can see the bacon destroyed quite a bit there. It's not a bad little push. If he had some marauders, more marines, maybe it'd be quite nice, but there's just too many Zerglings to really deal with it. He's got the double expansion up. He's got far too many buildings to really try and build from. He's got 2 starports, I think 2 barracks and a factory. That's a lot to be building from. I'd prefer to see him pumping out more marauders, more marines, getting a force out on the battlefield to be able to deal with those Zerglings.
Okay, so we can see them there actually just pretty much queuing up there right now.
Yeah. You can see the three supply depots going down again. That'd be easy for the Baneys just to bust straight through there. And if you have a look, this is where we said we'd see the map control. Fleshcut can see a lot of the map, but Sazu is fairly contained in the mini-map. He does have that SCV, but that's destroyed, so all he can see is just the expansion. He can't even see the main. Looks like Fleshcut's got a fairly good advantage from here.
Okay, so they're just coming round, and it's definitely not over though, Jim.
It's definitely not over. If he uses the Banshees correctly, then, you know, I haven't seen any Mutalisks yet. So if he uses those Banshees effectively, then